Hi, please introduce yourself to our viewers.
Okay, I'm Steffen Grønning and I'm the CEO at Beta Dwarf, which is a small indie company in Denmark located in Copenhagen.
So right now you're working on Force, coming out on PC, Steam and Wii U. Tell us more about the game.
So essentially Force is really much focused on co-op. It's for 1 to 4 players, and we have made a little invention in it which is called the Spirit Mentor, and it's basically a small little ball that you can share. And you do that in a Diablo-ish environment, and that's a really special mixture.
Yeah, on the first look I said it looks like a mixture of Diablo and Ganze, but it's a lot more. You know, not only the puzzle solving, also the how you deal with the game, how you play the game. Tell us more about the differences. What distinguishes your game from the competition?
There's a mark system and there's the Spirit Mentor, and then the point that it's being controlled with dual sticks. So that's also why we're going to aim for the Pro controller and the gamepad for Wii U. So basically that's the Spirit Mentor, and let me explain it with you have a figure here. That's your Diablo character, for instance, but it's in this case it's your Force character. You move him around like usual, and then you can call this Spirit Mentor above your head by a single button push, and then he'll just flow to your character. And that way you have to maneuver him almost like a football in the middle of the arena, and you have to get him above certain power shrines that imbues you with power. And it makes you wander a lot around, and it makes you communicate with your team, because you're like these 1 to 4 gladiators that have to survive and win your freedom.
In addition to that, you have traditional fighting with different weapons, 4 characters with different abilities. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so we have like a frost shield guy, and we have a volcanic hammer, and we have a thunder bow, and we have spirit claws or daggers. And each of them are extremely different to play. For instance, we have the Spirit Claw, which is really swift, and he's like a ninja, where the more he hits and the more successful he hits, the more combos he can use, and in that way he can swiftly move around if you're good on the arena. And then if you want to go for some more heavy hitting, you can go with the Volcanic Hammer, which can hit a multitude of foes simultaneously with big swings, but he's also a bit slow, so you have to really target with your big swings unless you want to get hit.
Yeah, what I like a lot about is that the environment changes the more players you have, not just the strength of the characters, but also the environment. Yeah. So you have 5 worlds with different environments, and the environment changes regarding the characters.
Yeah, precisely. So if, for instance, you start out by playing, let me say, 1 player, then you go around there, and suddenly you play it with 2 players in the same trial, and you're expecting the same environment. But suddenly you realize that it's changed, and there's even sometimes monsters that you haven't seen before that just appears. And that way you are sort of motivated to try all the different 1 to 4 player campaigns.
Okay, so when is it coming out? Do you have already a price point in mind?
It will be, don't hit me, but it will be between $15 and $20.
Okay, and when it's coming out?
Between 24th of October and 15th of November, I would say.
Let's talk briefly about the Wii U and the Wii U eShop. Would you have considered this game for Wii U if Nintendo didn't come up with a Nintendo Web Framework situation, etc.? You know, they are trying to push indie developers a lot. What's your opinion about that?
Well, I think Wii U is a fine platform. It's much stronger than, for instance, Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, and in that way it's really good for us because our game is really graphically heavy. So we needed a strong console, and right now Wii U is actually the strongest. And also they made Pro controllers, so it makes a lot more sense for us to port it there. Because it's the ultimate console experience. When we started out 3 years ago, we wanted to make it for consoles, but we didn't really know what console. So we just wanted to make it fit everything, and then we realized that now Wii U seems to be the best fit. And since we are like old school Nintendo fans, it's also like an honor because we have the GameCube and the original Nintendo at our office and so on. So we thought, okay, we want to do that.
Did Nintendo approach you to do this game, or was it your idea? Did you approach Nintendo? Because we heard from a lot of indie developers, and Nintendo approached them and tried to heavily, Nintendo's heavily behind that.
Yeah. In a way, yeah, because we're going to PAX next week, and in relation to that, we are part of the big Indie Mega booth. And then they basically realized that we were there, and then they asked a lot of developers there if they were interested in Nintendo. And then we just casually mailed them, and we actually met them at a party, or some of their representatives. And then we thought, okay, this seems to make sense, and they are just extremely fast at giving us the opportunity and sending dev kits and so on. So it seems like they're good partners.
Does Nintendo of Europe have its own development department for that? I mean, in the past it was always like, you know, sending submission stuff to America and Japan.
They are sending it from America, but it's just really fast. I mean, it took a couple of days before the order was made.
Okay, yeah. Thanks a lot. And we're looking forward to the game, and talk to you next time.
Forward to push it to you.
We will play it a lot and test it, like always.
Yeah.